I shall know no peace. The devil thought he had me. So why nobody? Where you black men at about this Mexican OT sitting up here on a good black day, telling us who the fuck gonna tell him something about saying the N-word? Where you niggas at? Because on a serious note, we really need to talk about it. For some strange reason, black men have this obsession with allowing other races of people, whether it's the non-black women that they date or their non-black friends, to say the N-word. Like, especially in the South. Like, I don't know how deep it is anywhere else, but I know here in the South, especially in fucking Texas, you guys have this really big thing. I didn't know this many people of non-black race said the N-word until I started coming more and more to Texas. I was like, man, like, this is actually wild. And it was always a black man with somebody of non-black race. We really have to talk about, like, is this like some type of kink play? Do you guys get off on other races calling you a slur? Does that excite you somewhere in there? Because why do y'all allow that? But where are the think pieces? Black men got a think piece for every goddamn thing in the world, even holding y'all fucking people accountable. Other men such as yourself. But ain't nobody made no think piece on what he said. I haven't seen one fucking no live yet about Mexican OT saying the N-word. Are y'all okay with that? Y'all cool with that?
All right, well, Mexican OT is in the news right now. If you guys don't know who he is, I'll drop a picture. It's probably on the banner down below, but he is an American rapper. He does predominantly hip hop music, and he came out in an interview and said he's allowed to say the N-word or nigga. He's allowed to say that because he grew up around black people. And the part that got me in that interview was that he was surrounded by black women. And he looked around and said, is there any dudes in here? Is there any men in here? And then he said, yeah, I could say nigga. What y'all gonna do about it? That's where it got disrespectful. You see, it's different. So people don't understand. Yes, you can say it. You have the freedom of speech. This is America. But you can say that only to your demographic or to your circle of friends. Bringing that and saying that to just any black man is probably the worst thing that you can do, because everybody doesn't accept the fact of you saying that. And you can't force everyone to accept the fact that you say that simply because it's a term of disrespect to any black man. Regardless if a black man says it to another black man, that doesn't matter. It's a term of disrespect historically. So that's where the problem is brewing up from all these people that don't know him personally. Other people take it the wrong way. Let's dive into this one, guys. Make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe, comment, share. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers, man. So hit the subscribe button. We've gained like 250 in the last like 3 days. Let's hit another 250 again. And let's dive right in. I want to see what people are thinking, and I'll put my thoughts in the commentary.
A lot of people ain't gonna like this take, but I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't like being called a nigga by a Mexican person. I don't like being called. So if Mexican OT was my friend, no, bro, we have an issue. Like, I don't call nobody that. And everybody is keep forgetting the fact that, yes, we turned it into a word, but maybe we shouldn't say it at all. But at the same time, don't call me out my name. That's just my take on it. Now, with y'all comments is on it, I don't like to be called a nigga by somebody else on a whole nother race. I mean, who would? Even white people, like, I wouldn't want no white person to call me a nigga. They called us niggers. So, what's your perspective on it? Because I feel like it's disrespectful either way it go. What y'all think?
Why is it that every 3 fucking business days, Black Americans have to come on this app and every other fucking platform just to tell y'all the same 3 fucking things? 1, if you not black, don't say nigga. That's not your shit. I don't give a fuck where you grew up, who you grew up around, how poor you were when you grew up. I don't know what the fuck is up with y'all equating poor to black, but that's not accurate. 2, cultural appropriation is not cultural appreciation. If you non-black walking around wearing cornrows saying, oh, I just really appreciate the culture, okay, then bitch, find another way to do it. Because at this point, you're damaging your own hair follicles just to fake appreciation. Everybody be like, oh, it's not that deep, it's not that deep, but it is. It is though, because we literally have to have laws passed in order for us not to be discriminated against when wearing our natural hair. Then you roll up with fucking cornrows and everybody think you the coolest guy in the motherfucking office, coolest guy in the motherfucking room. And last but not fucking least, why the fuck is it every time a Black American says, oh, well, I'm from America, you're asking, oh, but what part of Africa? Bitch, don't just open y'all mouths to say anything. If you took even a smidgen of a look into Black American history, you would understand that a lot of those records were destroyed. We weren't even counted as people when the fuck we came over here in the first fucking place. And I say came over here, bitch, we was dragged over here. Why the fuck would they keep records of where the fuck we came from? In addition to that, they were literally breeding humans, which means that even through a DNA test, we won't get an accurate answer because people from different regions, from different parts of Africa were forced to breed together. So why are we acting like we don't understand that? On top of that, the only fucking records that we did have were drowned under Lake Lanier, burned down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, fucking turned into the fucking Central Park in fucking Seneca Village. I want y'all to stop acting dense. I want y'all to stop acting like you don't know that this history was purposely destroyed. Our DNA was purposely muddled. Stop asking that dumbass question. I'm from America. Generations before me from America. Hell, we built America. Bitch, I'm done. Everybody pissing me off.
I'm gonna tell you something. Mexican OT, whatever that wild baloney back ass bitch's name is, he know who to try. Because had he been in a room full of like men, real black people, we would have moved furniture. Every wall, every nook, every cranny would have been touched. Cause what do you mean? What are you gonna do about it? As soon as he would have said that, his face would have been upside down, and he would have been inside out.
Yeah, you can also correct somebody without violence. That's for sure. I mean, I correct people all the time on the internet with just my words. So you can really correct people without violence. I do know that Mexican OT probably would not have done that if there was a panel full of black men that he did not know, didn't know anything about them, whether they're street, hood, gangster, stand-up, construction worker, all of it, pro-black. He wouldn't have said that. He definitely wouldn't have said that. And he may come back and say, oh, I would have said it, and yeah, that don't matter, I've been around. No. In that particular situation, I don't think he would have said that. And that's simply out of respect. That's simply out of respect. And that's where I feel like it was a blatant disrespect to the black women that was on that panel or within that interview, because he knew they couldn't do anything about it, right? I'm not saying I'm going to jump the fence and go attack and hunt down Mexican OT. No, I'm not saying that at all, because that's not something I'm going to do. Not at all. Not at all. You got the freedom to say whatever the hell you want, brother. You got the freedom to say whatever the hell you want. All I'm saying is, other people will not take that lightly. It's the same as a white person. It's the same as another Mexican. It's the same as a Asian person. You might be able to say around the other races, around your circle of friends, you might be able to say whatever they say as a term and endearment, but in a disrespectful way. But they take it as like, oh, you just my brother, you my friend, you my boy, my mans. Yeah, but if they put you in a room full of the same race of people, just not your circle of people, you're not going to disrespect all those people in their face. That's just my point of view. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Because is you cool? We got to start making examples out of people, because you seeing, I don't care if you grew up in a house full of black people. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if your mama adopted you at birth and you was in a house full of niggas. You do not have the authority to say nigga. What is wrong with y'all? We got to start meeting disrespect with disrespect, because I'm sick of it. Everybody feels so comfortable saying what they think they can say in front of black people with black terms and what we've been through, that y'all just, and them bitches, them funny looking assholes is just on the podcast just laughing away. Get them next. Line them up too.
Mexican OT did an interview in front of a bunch of black women, and he said that he's going to keep saying the N-word and nobody's going to do anything about it. None of them black women in the room said nothing. I guess they didn't say anything because they're scared of him. My whole thing is, you wouldn't say the N-word in front of a black cop. You wouldn't go to a black cop and say the N-word because you know you'll get deported.
I don't like that everybody's coming at the black women that were on that panel. Guys, what did y'all want them to do? Please let me know, what did y'all want them to do? It's a panel full of black women. You think for one, they're going to act an ass on a video. You think for two, they're going to ruin, more than likely, the entire video all over that one statement. Sometimes you got to just let the internet get them. Sometimes you got to just laugh and say, laugh now, cry later, buddy. You know, sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you think, for one, he's a man and there are women. Most women are not going to go at a man in a physical way and not expect for the man to overpower them. That's just not a thing. So I'm not sure why people are going at the women that was on the panel. And like, what the fuck did y'all expect them to do? Yeah, they laughed it off. Yeah. But you don't know what they were thinking in their head when he said it. But out of respect, they're not going to disrespect whose ever podcast that was. Some of them may have been guests on the podcast. Come on, guys.
If you go to a black person and call them the N-word, don't get mad when they call ICE on you. Because I think it's so funny how y'all want to act tough around a bunch of women, but you know damn well that you wouldn't go up to a black cop and say the N-word, but you want to say it to everybody else. That fake ass tough gangster shit, it don't work. Because you know damn well that you wouldn't say this in front of black people that have authority. Because you know you'll get deported.
I ain't gonna lie to you, this Mexican OT thing is kind of bothering me, you know? Because I've grown up around all different types of people. Hispanics, Asians, Indians, you name it. I had a very colorful upbringing in terms of people that I've been around. I ain't never thought to say that a slur just because I grew up with them and we cool. I don't give a fuck how we joke or none of that. Like, how we joke in our dynamics with our peoples is how you do that. So if you a Hispanic or anybody else that says nigga and you have a few black friends or whatever, you grew up with black people, whatever, and you know there's people that is cool with you saying it, y'all boys, y'all go back or whatever, hey, just say that around them. Results will vary outside of that circle. I'm trying to tell you. I really don't want non-black people to adopt a what are you going to do about it attitude, because I promise to God, you're going to find someone that's going to give you the energy you're looking for.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh my God. I just seen an interview of, what's his name? Mexican OT. I don't know. Because I don't follow them people. But on my FYP, it just came up. Y'all gotta look it up, okay? Mexican OT. I don't know. But in this interview, Cleo, I think her name is, it was with her, Angela E. They was on there, and they asked him, how do you feel about saying the word nigga? See, I can say it because I'm black. And he said, let me look for the man in the room. And he looked around and he said, when I say this, he said, so who gonna do something about it? I'm gonna say this. The reason I'm from Detroit, but I lived in Arizona for a long time. And the reason motherfuckers run around saying the word nigga is because it's always a black man that's their friend that's saying it and giving them a pass. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. And this is the problem. When y'all get these look, that's because it's your homie. And instead of just punching that nigga in the face as soon as he's saying it, or grabbing that nigga by his throat and choking the life out his ass because he said it, this is the problem with our motherfucker. This is the problem with us as black people. This is the fucking problem, bro. This is the motherfucking problem.
I don't think this is a problem with us as black people, to be honest. I don't think this is an all black problem, obviously, because look, there's all these people in this reaction video that are talking about how they would have done this, they would have done that, they would have done this. So I don't think this is an entire problem with black people. I think this is a young generation thing, yes. I think that the young generation are definitely not schooled on history at all. I mean, we can poll 115-year-olds, 15-year-old black Americans, right? We can poll them and see how much they know about black history. You'll be surprised that it's a totally different breed of people, man. It's and not even just black. We can poll 100 white 15-year-olds. We can poll 100 Mexican 15-year-olds and Asian. I can trust and believe that there is not a lot of black history being told within their households, for one, because nowadays babies are having babies. So within their household, I can guarantee you that they definitely aren't hearing anything about black history at all. That's slightly the problem. OT is like, I don't know, 25. I don't know how old he is, but he's a kid. He's young. You know, so his circle of friends were in very much acceptance of it. Now, as for what he went wrong and where he was naive, is that you can't just say that globally or nationally and on a major podcast and not expect retaliation. That's where he effed up at. And I think he realized, because I believe he released an apology, but that's where he effed up.
Because y'all run around here and y'all give these people these fucking passes. But see, the thing is y'all say that we racist. And y'all don't understand. Because us black people, we got some shit in the motherfucking bag. But we digress. And we don't say nothing. And we mind our business. And we stay to our fucking self. But y'all always coming for us. Now, what I will say is this. I know it was a black man behind him feeling that way, because in the interview, that young man did say, I grew up with them. I banged with them. They was my friends. But I'm going to tell you like that. I have white friends. I have Mexican friends. I had one friend that we were so cool and we had got so close that she was saying, because she had black kids, and it had got like, I didn't realize, and then I had to realize it, that one of my homegirls, who was a black girl, which was my best friend, said, hey, yo, you hear what she said? And I didn't understand it, and I didn't see it. And then, well, you know, once my friend brought it to my attention, because I was so oblivious to it, because I didn't think about it, and that's the only reason I'm speaking on this shit. After that, she couldn't say it no more. Hey, yo, you can't say that around me. I don't give a fuck how many niggas you fuck. You can't say the word nigga if you not a nigga. If your motherfucking DNA is not a black person and you have black on your motherfucking birth certificate that say black, African American, or anything in the sense of a black person, you cannot say the word nigga. Period. So I'm going to just say this. This is the problem. Black people, my 92%ers, who always have these friends that we always trying to be friends with everybody, but they always overstepping their fucking boundaries. Yeah, this is why. And I blame our black men, because y'all let these motherfuckers run around saying that shit because it's your homeboy. The fuck out of here. We got to do better, bro. That shit pissed me off. I'm mad. I'm 5150 hot. Because he was in a room full of women and he said, what the fuck they gonna do? What they gonna do to me about saying it? That's the problem. That's how these niggas think about you. That's how these motherfuckers think about y'all. Just so y'all know, black men, that's what they think about y'all. But I digress. I ain't gonna say nothing. But this shit just pissed me off, bro. All right.
To all the Hispanic people that have let me know that they don't support Mexican OT, can we trade him this year at the racial delegation drafts to white? Because he can't come to our side. I don't know why he even think he could. But you know, with everything going on, we might not even have 2 separate votes. We really might be on the same ballot. We might be on 1 vote with this, okay? And we need to be smart about it. But that motherfucker gotta go. He ain't down with y'all. He ain't down with us. White people, this is on you. Get ready to take him. You're take your boy. He gonna be American OT.
So since Mexicans love saying the word nigga, have no issue saying it whatsoever, then technically they should have no issues with black folks saying.
That's why I say it's a younger generation thing, because you know, I've grown up, my upbringing, I had every race and walk of life as a best friend at a point in time. I'm being honest, from white to Mexican to Asian. I've dated all the races of women. I have no type of colorist issues, right? But in my upbringing, I've never ran into a, you know, in this particular situation, a Mexican American, because I believe Mexican OT is American. I believe he's from Texas. I have never ran into a Mexican in my life that would just openly say that to me. And I've had plenty of Mexican best friends, plenty of them, plenty. I've been around them all the time. Been around black people all the time. I've been around, guys, I've never ran into any Mexican that have said that openly to me. And so I think this is more of an isolated problem outside of the younger generation. The younger generation, they're throwing that word like it ain't nothing. They hear it in rap music all day. That's the culture. Like I've been saying, black culture is American culture, unfortunately. You hear rap music on fries ads, on grocery store ads, in clothing stores, and everywhere. The odds are you're going to hear some type of black culture music in most major establishments. I'll be honest on that one, and I know you guys will too. But at the same time, I haven't ran into Mexicans saying nigga directly to me. You know, that hasn't happened. But I'm not discrediting what happened. I know what happened. I'm just saying from my personal experience, I've never ran into that. You know, I've never had to have the conversation with someone and say, you know, you can't say that word, man. Because most of the people I were around, they respected the fact that they knew they couldn't say it. That's the difference. I think Mexican OT just did not respect the fact that the black women were sitting there, and he said that and said, what you going to do about it? That's ultimate disrespect. Whenever you say what you going to do about it is ultimate disrespect. I mean, we all know that. Yeah, I broke your car window. What you going to do about it? Yeah, I fucked your wife. What you going to do about it? Yeah, I got you fired from your job. What you gonna do about it? You're asking for a lion reaction. You're asking for someone to jump on you like a fucking raging lion. That's what you're asking. So whenever you say that term or statement right at the end of whatever you disrespected, oh, you're asking for a reaction.
Spick, beaner, wetback, right? What's the difference?
Let's get into the part where he said, basically, what are y'all going to do about it? And he said this after saying, I need some black dudes in here. He had to look around because he feels validated by black men. If the men in your culture do not hold other men to certain standards, then what do y'all expect? He feels bold enough to say, I need a black man to vouch for me against these black women on this panel when I say, what you going to do about it, about saying the N-word. Does that not sound crazy? He goes on to say, well, they like my family. I grew up around them. We just said it. And yeah, that did happen because black men often do that. They make people feel validated in disrespecting their culture as long as they cool, likable, swaggy, whatever. And I grew up in the suburbs, right? So it wasn't even all that for people to be saying the N-word back and forth, all that, you know. And this is a group of people, Bosnians. They white, but they from Bosnia. We always called them the Bosnians because they always was together. We knew exactly who they was. And they were obsessed with black culture, but they black friends always let them say the N-word. The black boyfriends.
And I remember specifically one of them was saying it, you know, on the bus and all that, just flinging it around. And he was behind me and he started saying it and he stopped. He said, "Oh, how do you feel about me saying that?" And I said, "I don't like it, but I knew that all they black friends was allowing him to say it. So what is a woman gonna do? I'm gonna fight you about saying it. If they let you disrespect them, hey, what I'm supposed to do?" It's really sad, and our men have to do better.
I truly don't get how people are shocked about this Mexican OT shit. This man has been saying nigga since he came up from the jump. And I know I made a video about this so long ago. I don't even know if I can find the video anymore. However, this is a universal thing. This isn't just a Texas thing. I spent 7 years of my life in South Florida. The South Florida Hispanics love saying nigga too. Cuban, Guatemalan, Argentinian, Mexican, El Salvadorian, anything, any of them, quite literally almost any of them. Colombian, the Cubans love saying it the most, which is the most irony in the part, because they're usually the whitest looking ones. The only littlest thing I'll give him is that he's not lying, that they're not gonna fucking stop until you fucking check them. I quite literally had to lay a grown man out before they realized I wasn't fucking playing about that shit. Let me set the scene for you, right? I am working at a restaurant down in South Florida. Probably had been there for like maybe a year at this point. And there's this man who notoriously loves saying the N-word. He's Hispanic. I don't know where he's from specifically, but he's Hispanic American, whatever. And he would say it when he was sober. He would say it when he was drunk. I already had told everyone there, because like I said, this is South Florida, and South Florida they love doing the same thing. Oh, I was raised around black people. His thing. Oh, my baby mom is black. My child's half black. That should make it even more of a reason for you to not be saying this shit. Like, I don't know how this is making an excuse for you. And if you know anything about me, I really am not a confrontational person. I do not confront people. I don't like fighting. I'm not that person. But one, alcohol was definitely involved, and two, when I repeatedly say shit, like, I don't play about what the fuck I say. Like, I usually say shit once, and if you're not a child, you understand and you can comprehend, don't play that shit around me. And so therefore, when I have to tell you multiple times, I shouldn't have to tell you multiple times, I should tell you once. And if you're a logical human being, a person of the race that you're using the slur of should only have to tell you once to not say that. To me, that's it. If I was walking around saying the S word to all these Mexicans, speak this, speak that, speak this, speak that, and one Mexican came up to me and said, "Hey, like, we don't fuck with that, let's not say that," that's all it would take. I don't even say it to begin with, but that's all it would take. You know what I mean? If you're around a bunch of Asians saying the C word, see this, see that, and then an Asian comes up to you and says, I would prefer if you didn't say that. It would probably take one person for you to not say that. If you're around a bunch of mentally challenged people and you're saying the R word, and they walked up to you and said, "I don't want you to say that," you would probably stop fucking saying it. And I don't get why nigga's the only fucking word that y'all don't have an issue with fucking saying. Like, that's the word that y'all are just will ride until the kings fucking come home to say it. It will never fucking make sense to me.
Because it's culture. It's because it's culture. People say it to be cool. It's culturally right. It's the new fad in the young generation. They say it to be cool, which is another thing of why, in my hindsight, in my view, I think the black culture is one of the most sought after cultures in the world. And I'm talking about black American, not not African in Africa. No, I'm talking about black American culture is one of the sought after cultures, one of the highest sought after cultures in the world. I don't think there's not one other culture that another race perpetually wants to mirror, in a sense, other than black culture in America. We all know that. So the fact is, yes, his name is Mexican OT, yes. But his roots and his portray is Mexican black culture OT. Yes, he has deep Mexican culture inside of his music, inside of all of that. But at the same time, there's a whole lot of blackness going on in his entire catalog, energy, look. It's yeah. But you guys, I want to know your thoughts down below. If you want to watch the rest of the video, I will link it in the description. But what is your thoughts on this? Do you guys think Mexican OT fucked up? Or do you think he got the pass? I got to know. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, till next time, folks, I'll see you in the next one.